Hello. A very good morning to all of you present here, respected Director Ma'am, faculty members, and respected dignitaries. I, Shivangi Sharma, Assistant Professor, Institute of Pharmacy, Shri Ram Saroop Memorial University, welcome you all in our Faculty Development Program 2023. The topic of this program that has been going on for the past 4 days has been innovative research in pharmaceutical industries, and the same topic will continue today to share her valuable knowledge and enlighten us with the experience, knowledge, and exposure in the field of pharmacy. We have respected dignitary present among us, and the speaker for today, Ms. Soumaya Awasthi ma'am, who is going to present her views and experience on the topic, the Indian pharmaceutical industry, regulatory, legal, and tax. Ma'am is currently working as an assistant professor in Narvadeshwar College of Pharmacy, Barabanki. She has completed her Master of Pharmacy from Amity University, Lucknow, and is currently pursuing PhD from Shri Ram Sarup Memorial University, Lucknow. Ma'am has won many prestigious awards like Best Researcher Award in IISN Award Ceremony 2022, and she also got Outstanding Research Award in Asia International Award Ceremony in 2023. She has worked upon the projects like protective effect of vanillin in induced species against cecal ligation puncture model, which is published in Elsevier's Corpus Journals. She has also worked in government hospitals and pharmaceutical industries as a trainee and has great knowledge of both these sectors apart from the academics. So I would like to welcome with a round of applause Ms. Soumaya Awasthi ma'am to enlighten us with her topic and start today's FDP.
Thank you, Shivani ma'am. Hello.
Hello.
I'm not able to participate screening sharing. Please. Here.
Ma'am, please.
Okay.
You have to open your camera.
Okay. It is visible to all of you?
Yes.
Okay. So, good morning everyone. My name is Soumaya Awasthi and I'm giving presentation on the topic of the Indian pharmaceutical industry. 1 second. The topic of the Indian pharmaceutical industry, regulatory, legal and tax. So firstly, we know about that the topic in this presentation. We will briefly know about that how Indian pharmaceutical industries are run, and for proper regulating the industries, which kind of legal authorities following up are necessary, and the tax must be paid for industry running. And we are knowing about the how to regulate the industries and what is the right for regulating the industries. Now we are come to the introduction part. So the Indian pharmaceutical industry has been major proof of growth over the past few years, and to the over the past few years, and we are expected to our Indian pharmaceutical industries to grow to USD 130 billions in a value by the end of 2030. The drugs and pharmaceutical sector has also attracted cumulative or collectively foreign direct investment of approximately USD 699 millions between April-September 2022, according to the data that has been released by the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade has shown so many types of factors are attract global pharmaceutical companies to Indians, such as low cost production is the reason of different factors are including such as lower labor cost and raw material cost, and other one is big market not only for life saving drugs but also for life style drugs. The innovation of research development in India has more than 300 medical colleges, over 20,000 hospitals, exciting manufacturing capability to produce active pharmaceutical ingredient, that is API, as well as intermediate at lower cost while maintaining quality. India has a maximum number of USG approval plants outside the USA. Mainly the USD is stand for the United States Food and Drug Administration. It is federal agency that belong to the US Department of Health, Human Services. The next is easy of conducting clinical trial and bioavailability and bioequivalence studies due to India's ability to provide speedier and less expensive trial without compromising quality and due to a vast patient pool. Mainly the further e-commerce opportunities are available in pharmaceutical sector such as internet services and pharma easy. This is the very easy and doorstep delivery of medical power, the way for e-pharmacies in the country were run parallel to brick and mortar pharmacies until a legislation in this regards introduction in the country. Now next is the Indian entry strategies. So there has a three main pillar of Indian entry strategies for basic understanding. The international pharma companies to make investment in India, pharma companies should structure their activities mainly on these three pillars. First one is strategy. So foreign pharma companies are observing the economic and political environment in India for the perspective of the investment. These are the strategy of Indian entries, and the understanding the ability of the investor to carry out operation in India, the location of its customers, the quality and location of its workforce. And the other one is law. Law is mainly based on their act, and the first one is exchange control law. In this, primarily the Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999 and numerous circular notification and press notes issues under the same, and few schemes are comes. The other one is the corporate laws, primarily the Corporate Companies Act 2013 and the regulation laid down by the Securities and Exchanges Board of India, that is SEBI, for listed company in India. The other one is the sector specific laws. Some some places are the sector specific law is necessary. Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940 and the Drug and Cosmetic Rule 1945 is most important for industry regulation or regulating. The Patient Act 2005 and other legislation, regulation and guidelines that affect the pharma industry. The next pillar is the tax, that is most important for our government. The domestic taxation law mainly given by the government, the Income Tax Act 1961, Good and Services Tax and Customs, etc. International tax treaties with favorable jurisdictions such as Mauritius, Singapore, and the Netherlands. Now we are know step by step. First one is the investment climate in India. So such as a large investment of foreign in permitted in all sector in India without obtaining period regulatory approval, the investment climate in India. And the other one is the government production link in incentive. So in the recent past, given the increased focus on domestic innovation and manufacturing, the government has introducing various production linked incentive schemes. And the other one is India's post-trip intellectual property environments. That is, mainly it is a safety and protection of data and industries designed for Copyrights Act. Example such as we will know international trademarks such as Volvo and Whirlpool. They mainly have been protected in India through judicial decision. Even India has India. They were not registered in. Even they are not registered in India, but they are mainly purely protected in India. And India has also patent law will provide protection for pharmaceutical product development and manufacturing through innovations process such as 3D printing and etc. types. The other one is a form of the India entity. So India entity form is mainly divided into two parts. One is unincorporated and another one is incorporated. Mainly this is given by the foreign farmer may consider setting up the following entities, which may either be uniform, unincorporated or incorporated. So firstly, we know about that unincorporated. So unincorporated foreign company can use entities to do business in India via office or certain types, just like a license office, branch office, and project office. And incorporated in India are governed by the provisions of Companies Act 2013 or the Limited Liability Partnership Act 2008, such as private limited companies, public limited companies, and limited companies types. And the other one is the corporated governance in India. So the corporation of government in India has been most important mainly in this regulation of regulatory of the Indian industries. And the other one is the anti-corporated framework that is protect from the corruption. The other one is the anti-corruption framework. So mainly it is mainly made for the protecting from the corruptions. Now next is the legal and regulatory regime in India. So these are the outline of the legal and regulatory framework under which pharmaceutical business is carried out comprises mainly of the following law. First law is the Drug and Cosmetic Act that is published in 1914. This act is most important for industries running. And the other one is a Drug and Cosmetic Rule that is published in 1945. And the next one is a New Drug and Clinical Trial. The rules mainly show the whole rules for the new clinical trials. And the other one is the Essential Commodities Act 1955 and Drug Price Control, especially for made for the this act is specially made for the fixed priced. And the other one is the Drug and Magic Remedies that protect from the unwanted advertisement. And this act mainly stopped to allow the prescription drug advertisement. And the other one is the Drug and Magic Remedies, just like dooms and unbelieved things. The other one is the Narcotic Drug and Psychotropic Substance Act 1985. They protect from the they mainly made a license for protecting unwanted selling of narcotic products. And the other one is a Patent Act that is 1970, protect from the copyright. And the other one is a Trademarks Act that published in 1919. And the last one is a Competition Act that is published in 2002. Now, yeah, move on to next slide. This is this is the regulatory framework. The regulatory framework mainly follow the few rules under DCA, Drug Cosmetic and Act, and DCR, Drug Cosmetic Rule, and the CTR Rule 62. They are mainly how to regulate the clinical trial, import, manufacturing, distribution, sales of drug. They mainly given the approval and observing all these things. Ensure the availability of standard quality drugs and cosmetic to the consumer. Also ensure the efficacy of drug. Now next is the legal definition of drug. So the legal definition of the drug is external and internal use, including substance that is mainly used for the diagnosis and the treatment of the prevention of any disease. It is also include components of drug as well as device that are used internally or externally for the diagnosis, treatment, or prevention of the disease. Now next is the authorities, mainly the approval authority of any drug or any new trials has been given by the central government and state government. They are given this responsibility to CDSCO, that is a Central Drug Standard Control Organization. This organization have they have full responsibility or approval to given any clinical trial or introduction of new drug and import license for new drug in a industry or market. Now this is how to organize Central Drug Standard Control Organization. So the CDSCO has organized into mainly 5 parts. First one is a headquarter that is present in New Delhi, and second one is a zonal office, that is 6 part of zonal office that present in a North Zone, South Zone, West Zone, East Zone, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad. And the other one is a sub-zonal office, that is 7 sub-zonal office present in Bangalore, Varanasi, Goa, Jammu, Indore, Guwahati, Baddi. And other one is a airport office, that is 13 airport office has been present in Ahmedabad, Chennai Port, Chennai Airport, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Goa, Kochi, Delhi, Kolkata Port, Kolkata Air Cargo, Mumbai Air Cargo, Mumbai Nava Seva, Mumbai Custom House. And the other one is the laboratories. Laboratories must, and the 7 laboratories are present in under CDSCO. First one is present in Kolkata, other one is present in Mumbai, another Guwahati, another is present in Chandigarh, Kasauli, Hyderabad, Chennai, and Ijatnagar, Noida, Ghaziabad. So in headquarters, few specific staff members are working, just like in Ayurveda DDC has working, and in homeopathic DDC working, ADC has also working in Ayurveda Unani Siddha, and DIS working in Ayurveda Unani homeopathic Siddha. And also few staff members are present in this JDC, DDC, ADC, DI, ADI, TDA, and supporting staff. And zonal office, few staff members are working DDC, ADC, DI, ADI, TDA as supporting staff. And few staff members have working in sub-zonal office, there that is ADC, DI, TDA as supporting staff. And few staff members have working in a airport office, that is ADC, DI, TDAS and supporting staff. And other staff member that is working in a laboratory, that is director, director, senior scientist officer, and senior scientist officer, second, and researcher officer, and senior scientist assistant, junior scientist assistant, and few supporting staff members. So this is the all over organization, how to organize a CDSCO, and this is the organization of CDSCO. Now we are come into the next slide. This is the first one is a proposed law on regulation of pharmaceutical production. that is given by mainly that is released by a government draft, mainly a draft released by a government for medical device and cosmetic bills and clinical trial and marketing approvals and cosmetic in India. It is also regulate online pharmacies. And the other one is a manufacturing a drug in India. So for manufacturing a drug in India, license is a must for a drug manufacturing in any place in India. It can be sold across the country without restriction, and especially for Schedule C, C1 and X schedules drug is mandatory to obtain a manufacturing license. And other one is a import a drug into India. So drug import in India, provision of DCA, Drug Cosmetic Act, and DRA, Drug Cosmetic Rule Act. DCA say only drug is import in India need to register with the DCGI, and the other one is the manufacturing import of new drug. So to manufacturing new drug, safety and efficacy data of new drug is required to submitted under the DCR. And the other one is the clinical trial. So clinical trial is mainly it is the satisfaction phase of drug safety and efficacy approved by CDSCO is required for every step of clinical trials. Now next is the production standard. So production standards is the central government has the authority to prohibit the import, selling of manufacturing of drug that is irrational drug combinations. And the other one is a OTC and prescription drugs. So OTC and prescription drug also have need a license or need authority to prescribe any drug on the OTC over the counter drug. Now next is a labeling. So labeling before the drug sold in India, it must be labeled according to specification in DCR, such as homeopathic or non-homeopathic or biological product and vaccines. Now next is the shelf life. Shelf life is a minimum validity to the mainly shelf life is the minimum validity to that a drug must have at the time to import. Now next is a GMP. GMP is a good manufacturing practices. It is a guideline that follow all the industry for running. This is mainly for made. This is under this schedule. Mainly this is for how to manufacturing a drug or how to handle the device, medical devices. The other one is the pricing of drug and drug price control order 2013. This is mainly made for the protect the price or set the price for the purpose of to the benefit of beneficial of the poor person to buy medicines. And the other one is the advertisement and sale promotion. So advertisement and sale promotion mainly is advertisement and sale promotion mainly is avoid and not allowed to prescribe drugs. And the next one is tax regimen. So mainly the tax regimen is divided into two parts. First one is a direct tax and other one is a indirect tax. So direct tax is mainly taken by their own person own pocket money, and indirect tax is mainly given by the just like a given by a customer, just like a GST. So firstly we know about the direct tax. Direct tax is the taxation of income in India is governed by the provision of the Income Tax Act 1961 as amended annually by the Finance Act. Under the ITA, resident are subject to tax in India on their worldwide income, whereas non-residents are taxed only on India's source income, that is, income that accrues or arise in India is deemed to accrue or arise in India, or which is received is deemed to be received in India. So mainly this the direct tax is under section 9 that is given by ITA, and the must it is come in a capital gain and it is considered to have their source in India and are taxable in India if they are direct lawyer indirect through the transfer of a capital asset situation in India. So these are the applicable to companies. These are the taxable applicable to companies that is given by resident companies are taxed at the rate of 30%, while non-resident companies are taxed at the rate of 40%. So the less tax is given by the resident companies and the maximum tax is given by the non-resident companies. Uh, the corporate tax rate for domestic companies whose total turnover or gross receipt does not exceed INR 400 million, approx USD 5.5 million, is 25%. The other one is a dividends. Dividends mainly distributed by Indian companies are subjected to a dividend distribution tax at the rate of around 15%. It given calculated gross up basis payable by the company, where no further Indian tax are payable by the shareholders on such dividend income once DDT is paid, except in certain specified situations. So, financial bills in 2020 has proposed to abolish dividend distribution tax (DDT) and the interest and loyalty and fees for technical services. That is, first one is the interest payable to non-resident and loans taken and debit securities issued in foreign currency is taxable at a beneficial rate of TDS at 5%. I start? Again, I'm not able to participate in screen sharing. So next is the interest. I'm audible to all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
It is visible. Okay, now next is the interest royalties and fees for technical services. So interest is the most important to payable to non-resident on loan taken by debt securities issued in foreign currency is taxable at the beneficial or most important to rate of TDS at 5%. And however, this benefit has sunset clause stating that the benefits would only be available for loan agreements of any types of agreements that is under the tax payable entered into bonds issues on or after July 1st, 2012 and before July 1st, 2020. Mainly, they said beneficial 5% rate of TDS is also interest and royalty fees for technical services, and it is also available in relation to rupee denominated bonds, that is RBD, issues until July 1st, 2020. Next one is a capital gain. So tax on capital gain. So tax on capital gains depend on the period of holding of capital assets. Mainly it is divided into two parts. One is a short-term capital gain and other one is a long-term capital gain. So if you can sold any property is less than 3 years of purchasing, that is under short term of capital gain. Another one is a long term capital gain. If you can buy any property and sold after 3 years of purchasing, this is a good example of capital gain of long term. So it is easy way to understand, and the long term gains may arise in if the asset is held for a period more than 3 years. Gain from listed shares which are held for a period of more than 12 months are categorized as long term. Unlisted shares and immovable property are treated as long term only when held for more than 24 months at least. Now coming to indirect tax. So firstly we know about that direct tax, and this is one is the indirect tax. In a simple way, tax has divided into two parts. First one is a direct tax, that is a person pay tax from own pocket just like an income tax. I also discuss about that. And the other one is the indirect tax that a person collect from customers, pay to government in a GST form. So this is the indirect tax. Indirect tax is the tax levied on the consumption of goods and services. It is not directly levied on the income of a person. Instead, he or she has to pay the tax along with the price of good or services bought by the seller. Mainly these are divided into, or these are types of, mainly these are 5 types of indirect tax. First one is a value added tax, another one is a custom duty, and the next one is a central sale tax, another one is excise duty, another one is a service tax. These are the types of indirect tax. For the good and service tax. So for the good and service tax, that is GST, under the indirect tax system, is an indirect tax regime introduced in India by the Constitution, that is amended in a 101 First Act 2016. The GST has inter alia subsumed the following tax. Just like GST has mainly applied on these types of tax, just like a service tax, additional custom duty, commonly known as countervailing duty. Another one is a special additional duty of customer, central sale tax, value added tax. On this, there has been applied a GST tax. Custom duties are levied whenever there is trafficking of good through an India custom barrier that is levied both for the exporting and importing of good. And export duty are competitively fixed so as to give in as an advance to the exporter. So exporter also has pay GST tax. So these are the tax. All detail of indirect tax. Now we are come key issues and challenges in Indian pharma industry. So many types of key issues are come in Indian pharma industry. First one is the most common issue has risk management. Industries have major issue is that risk management. Another one is the data security. Lots of data collection due to has a most difficulty to data security. Another one is the collection and analysis of large volume of data. This is also a most challenging part of Indian pharma industries. And other one is a price fluctuation assessment, because under the price fluctuation assessment, the industry has followed the Price Control Act, and this can be managed, but this is also can be a challenging for Indian pharma industry. And the last one is a demand forecasting. So these are the key issues that comes and most challenging part of Indian pharmaceutical industries. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us your valuable time. That was a wonderful presentation by Soumya, ma'am. This was a wonderful and enriching experience for us to hear her views on the topic. And this was undoubtedly one of the best sessions that we could have on the topic. Thank you, ma'am, for giving us your valuable time and flooding us with your knowledge. It was a pleasure having you in the FDP program.
Thank you.
We have many more great sessions planned for the next few days. So get ready for some pharma fun in the next few days. At last, now I would like to thank all the wonderful faculty members and colleagues for attending the FDP program and taking out their valuable time to attend this session and making it success. We also look forward to see you all again in the next FDP session of FDP 2023. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Shivani ma'am, for manage all these things.
It was a pleasure having you in the FDP program, Soumya ma'am. Thank you.